Hey guys, it's DB Smiley again, continuing through the Ravagers. Today we're talking about Master and Blaster. Master and Blaster is a three-phase boss fight. Phase 1 is a single tank phase in story mode. Isma is main tanking the boss here. She's continuously being knocked back and just has to run back towards the boss. You can see there that 4 members of the raid get an explosive probe. That circle around them, they don't want to overlap with another player. The circles themselves can overlap, just so long as another player isn't in it. The thing to watch out for here are the large orange AoEs that you can see here that, in this case, have forced Isma to reposition the boss. These circles do a lot of damage. The tank that is tanking Blaster wants to make sure they're not getting knocked into them, and everyone else wants to reposition to avoid standing at them. This is not a particularly hard phase. An explosive probe seems to be fairly forgiving if people overlap a little bit. Now you can see here Isma in this position is a little bit screwed. There's really no nice place for her to get knocked to without turning around. We make do though. It is story mode. Damage output is not that high. This is pretty much phase 1 down to about 50%, at which point Blaster will summon the boss. He'll summon Master by saying, "Oh no, you've angered the boss," and Master comes out. As you can see, I've picked him up and I moved him away from the raid. There are 2 attacks to watch out for with Master. First is that fire spin attack. Melee DPS, if they're DPSing Master, have to stay out of that attack. It does quite a bit of damage. The second attack is this laser attack that I'm currently running into the raid right now. Now, this is an attack that you actually want to cleave the raid with. The reason is you can't take every stack, so you're going to have to just get players to intercede damage for you there. Intercede in the traditional sense, not in the jug move sense. In this phase 2, we're still DPSing Blaster until he puts that shield up that just came up. At this point, DPS are going to get on Master, that is the little R2-like unit. Everyone's going to jump on him and DPS him down. After a certain amount of time, Master is going to jump up into the sky, and that's going to trigger a carpet bomb phase, which we'll see in a second. Here you can see the fire spin where people need to move. But he actually did just jump up for Carpet Bomb. So here, Carpet Bomb takes up about half the arena, and orange circles are still going on here. Additionally, the boss on Blaster is still being attacked, so you want to make sure a healer stays with the Blaster tank during this phase. Master, of course, is doing the Carpet Bombing and is thus not a threat here. Carpet Bomb is easy to avoid. You have plenty of time, as you can see. I run completely from one side to the other before it goes off. Presumably in hard mode it'll be faster. I have not done that fight yet. So now we go back to DPSing Master. Notice that Master still has a small shield around him. This reduces all damage he receives to 10%. You still just have to burn through it. He goes into his fire spin again here. I'm trying to just kite it away from the raid. After which he'll move into his laser attack, which I'm going to take onto the raid and try to spread out. Make sure you're not hitting the same person with the laser attack over and over. DPS, melee, you want to be in position to take it. That way your tank can give it to you just for a couple stacks. At this point, we're burning the boss until he enters rejiggering, at which point we go into phase 3. You'll see that all DPS is now starting to get back on Blaster here. We've entered phase 3. In phase 3, notice this iron pulse wave, how I cleave the raid. That's actually a mechanic. You can see that everyone in the raid picked up a pink debuff that effectively magnetizes you to the deck. Blaster does a massive raid-wide knockback, which cleanses the debuff, and additionally, if you don't have the debuff, will knock you off the ship and kill you. So it is the tank's job here to cleave the raid, as I do. I actually didn't get it off right then, but I do cleave the raid before the next attack, and actually DPS manages to kill Blaster here. Once Blaster hits 9%, he puts a shield up, and he will no longer attack. There's no need for even the tank to be on him. No one needs to attack him. He won't take any damage. He won't attack. At that point, focus all DPS on Master. Get him down to 9%, and that will end the fight. The final port portion of the fight is a massive self-destruct, which we'll see here, a very large red circle. Just move towards the back wall. Don't run up against it because the wall is electrified and will deal damage. That's actually how Raxol is going to die here as we reposition. And that's the fight. This is actually a very easy fight, provided you know all the mechanics and you are smart about avoiding AoEs, and you maximize your DPS. The tank that is on Blaster is going to take a fair amount of damage throughout the fight, but otherwise the healing seems very manageable. Alright, well thank you again for watching. This is a DB Smiley guide. Watch out for Koratani coming soon. I'm trying to figure out all the mechanics in that fight because there are a couple I haven't exactly gotten yet, but that should be up soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.